What is happening, everybody? I'm Jack McAdoo, and I have a podcast. What is happening, everybody? I hope you guys are doing fantastic today. It's an amazing day wherever you are. I hope that you had a good week, and I'm going to jump kind of right into it. If you've never listened to me before, welcome. Whatever platform you're listening to this on, you can actually hear it on virtually every other streaming platform that's out there, from iTunes to iHeartRadio to Spotify to Pandora, Amazon Play, Google Play. It's all out there. And jackmcadoo.com, where the show is actually hosted. So anyway, I just wanted to jump right into this. We all want to be significant in some way. You know, there's a lot of stuff out there going on where, you know, they feel superior. They are better than you. They don't have fear, or your way is wrong, their way is right. You're minuscule in the scheme of things, and, you know, you don't matter, I'm better. And there's just so much of that. And we walk around with this power attitude. And the world is in chaos right now. It legit is. There's so much going on in so many countries right now. It's crazy. And we created that. You know, it's different belief systems created it. Again, it comes down to power. People with power or people that listen to power begin to feel that they have power. And this is in all things across the board. You know, when it comes to medical and religion and everything else. And it's insane. But in reality, if you could just step back from who you think you are and who you try to say who you are or present who you are, if you could just step back from all of that, then you would probably understand that you are truly insignificant. And what I mean by insignificant is not that your life doesn't matter and that your life isn't significant to someone that you love or someone that loves you or someone that you take care of, or the significance that you impart on someone else by giving them some encouragement or something that is going to change their life or this world for the better. You are significant in that way. We all are. But in the grand scheme of everything, we are truly insignificant. We wake up with control. We go to work. We go to our own business. We're in our relationships, our friendships, our entrepreneurships, all these ships. And we're just in control. But yet we're insignificant. And the best demonstration of that would be this. And I thought of this. I'm not saying I thought of this. I'm just saying I thought of this in my own life. I realized this in my own life when I was sitting outside in the morning doing a meditation. I'm serious. I realized this. And you should do this too. This is a way that you can really see this. If you just get out of yourself, no matter who you think you are or what you think you are, get out of yourself for a minute. Early in the morning or late at night, if you just can, if it's not cloudy, sit in silence. Just sit in silence. Not emptying your mind. We can't do that. And then look up. It's with us every day. Look at the moon. Just look at it. Oh, it's the moon. It's a full moon. It's round. It reflects light. It's a half moon, harvest moon, side moon, crescent moon. It's the friggin' moon. But it is the moon. Look at it and understand what it is that you're really looking at. It is the moon. It is an object that rotates around us as we rotate around the sun. It's been here way before us and will be here way after us. It has seen everything, all the good, the ups and downs, the bullshit that the earth provides. It has been there through all of it. But it's within the vastness that it sits in this universe that shows us how minuscule we really, really are. We've all had that thought in our lives, usually as kids, we're ants. We're not even the size of that. With what's happening in the universe, in the galaxy, and just our moon. It's there. We wake up and there it is. As night goes into morning and day goes into night, it's there. But just look at it. And then if you could just imagine to let yourself go even further, close your eyes or just sit and wonder as you look at the moon and begin to see the earth from the moon's point of view. Here we are, this blue ball. I'm not talking to the flat earth people. It's amazing. It's a flat earth, but you can look up and see a round moon. But they'll tell you it's like a quarter. But look at the earth. All the chaos, all the wars, all the starvation, all the yelling, all the violence, all the screaming, all the love, all the joy, all the good times, all the vacations, the memories, everything is going on that little blue ball. But then the earth sits within this vastness that we cannot comprehend. Sure, we have science and telescopes and things like that, and it's like, really, it's based on what we know as a human. We cannot go beyond that, of what our intelligence is. We can theorize all day long, but the theories are based on what we perceive as humans, what we have developed over time in our own mind. But we're in this vastness that is so great we can't even comprehend it. We are insignificant. But yet when we come back down to this blue marble, everything is about me and us and fight and religion and everything else. And religion is baffling in itself. Religion has caused so much strife and pain and wars, as well as love and caring and compassion. It's the yin and yang. It's there. But at the same time, it's known for strife and known for wars, especially in the Middle East. And we can have joy in religion. Some people use religion as a weapon when in fact they don't even know what the hell they're talking about. In the United States, there are the conservative Christian, and I'm not belittling anybody here, but I'm just saying that they will speak and vomit what Jesus said when they don't even know what the hell they're talking about, or they'll use it in a way that it was not supposed to be said. But yet, I digress, but there's Buddhism, there's Muhammad, there's Muslim, and there's Muhammad who did exist. There's Christianity, there's Jesus who did exist. There's Buddha who did exist, who walked this earth. And we fight to whose is better and who taught what, and They don't believe this, and you shouldn't do that, and you should do this and love this way and obey this law and worship this. And yes, they're all procedures. But what's interesting about all of it is that on our fights against each other and our practices of these things, which we are still insignificant of, we are trying to get to the same destination, which is the Creator. For whatever name that you want to call it. God, the universe, creation, Allah, whatever. It's the same person. And they all agree to that. All the scholars of the religions. The teachings are fascinating, though. There's nothing wrong with looking at another religion and trying to apply some of those teachings and thoughts to your own life. There is nothing wrong with that. Most of us do that. But what I'm saying is that we're so insignificant and we're full of, power hungry, and our way is better, and that's my land, and what I like what you have, I'm taking it. In religion, they're all going to the same place. They're in search of the same destiny. They're speaking to the same being, creator. Why can't we just sit down and talk to each other? Our existence wasn't meant for strife and fighting each other and bullshitting each other all the time. It was basically to come up and be in your own thoughts and enjoy your life and those around you and love. That's what it was meant to be. I'm not talking fairies and everything else. There's issues. We have issues. You have to remember that everything was created by us. Everything. Good times, bad times, strife. Everything was created by us from the beginning. But why can't we just try to sit down? For instance, since I was mentioning religion, an atheist, for instance. I don't know a whole lot about an atheist. I really, really don't. But I am willing to sit down and listen to their thoughts and why they chose that way. And not belittle them for it, but to learn about it and be like, wow, that's interesting. Not to be converted into anything, but to learn about it. And likewise, maybe they would want to hear about my beliefs and my thoughts while not trying to push it on them or shove it down their throat and belittle them because they don't have the same thoughts as I do about something or beliefs that I do. But we can share our intelligence about something with each other and be like, wow, I learned something today. Even though I may not use it, but it is very, very cool of why they chose that thing, why they like that shirt. But we've put so many rules and regulations on everybody, and we condemn everything, and we follow certain people to the point of no return, to where we could try to talk what's real in reality into someone and they don't want to believe it. We've become that. We can't listen to each other anymore. We get offended by everything. And what is this offensive stuff? I'm talking about life itself. If there's a brother out there that wants to sit here, a dude that just like, you know what, man, I'm going to walk down the street wearing half of my hair purple, the other half yellow, wearing a freaking tutu, and I am happy. Brother, go for it. It's supposed to be like that. Don't say, no, it's not. Who are you to say that it's not? It is the rules and things that we place on people. There's no rule saying you can't do that, but you will shame someone for doing it. You will shame someone for your happiness, for their happiness. Because for some strange reason, it brings you happiness, belittling someone for their happiness. Maybe it's because you don't have the happiness in your own damn life. But societies around the world have criticized that. But what's amazing, again, I'm in the United States, but in Europe, there's some places that recognize it. You just do what you want to freaking do, as long as you are not hurting someone, maiming someone, injuring someone, causing harm, bringing harm or shame to someone. Do it. And there should be nothing that can be said. I'm not talking about the laws that we have placed on certain people in certain countries and certain states and certain things. I'm talking about people trying to just be the best that they can be and enjoy the life that they were given and enjoy the right of life that they were given. I see beautiful women walking around. All women are beautiful. Beautiful women walking around, some shaven heads, wearing army boots, everything goth. You go, girl. Man, do it. Go freaking big. Oh, look at her. Why did she? What business is it of yours? She is doing what she wants to do, and she is not hurting you or anyone else by doing what she finds the time to do to make herself happy. We can't stand it because we want to force our opinions on somebody. We want to force our beliefs. Even if we have no beliefs, there are people that are just assholes that'll just mess with people for the simple fact of messing with people because, again, they are not happy. So there's some crap inside of them. But how and when can we ever get to that? I don't know if we ever will. Because it's not just us. You know, we always think for today, and we forget that there were generations before us. This world evolved, and here we are today. And, you know, it's not going to change overnight. So who knows? But somehow, some way, we need to spark the change. Every time a voice tries to spark the change, it gets drowned out. But more and more people are joining in that change. There's nothing wrong with it. People can take what I'm saying as, oh, that's cancel culture. No, it's not. It's bullshit. It's just living your freaking life. And as you're trying to get this change to live your life, you're not trying to harm someone else or convince them. The only thing you're trying to do is just tell people, look, let's just be happy and enjoy each other. You want to go do this, go do that. If you eat meat, then you eat meat. You're a vegetarian, you're a freaking vegetarian. You know what I mean? Jeez, we go after everybody. You see someone that is overweight who has decided to try to get their life back together, and they get into a gym and they're working out. A lot of people that aren't in the gym see that, just, oh my God, look at that person. They're trying to, and you put them down. But yet inside that gym, they receive the encouragement that they desire. People just walk over and say, do you need help with that? That happens where I go. But they've gone into this environment, this bubble, so to speak, where people have the same goals, no matter their size, no matter what they look like. They're just there to improve themselves and make themselves happy. But on the outside, people who don't experience will ridicule. Why? Why? And then someone that is overweight, we will begin to judge and decipher everything and break it down like it's a science. Oh, they shouldn't be eating this, or, oh, they should. You know what? You don't know their life. You don't know their story. Even the people that are close to them may not know everything and what they're going through. Maybe it is a medical condition. Maybe it is just eating. Maybe it's just sitting on their ass. The bottom line is it's on them. And if someone is unhealthy, we can approach them and say, have you ever considered becoming more healthy? Well, yes, I have, but this, or yes, I have, but that. Well, if you were serious about it, there are ways. Would you like that help? And if they say no, then walk the fuck away. People make choices. We are insignificant, yet we are significant. But look at the moon. The moon is there. The moon has been through it all. The moon doesn't have eyes, but the moon has energy. The moon gives off energy. We are all that energy. But look at it. I remember when I was living in Colorado. I lived in Denver before I moved to Boulder. But I was with my friend. I was going through a bunch of stuff at that time. I mean, some really crappy stuff. And I was young. I was in my 20s. I wish I knew then what I know now. because this experience would have been more impactful in my life than it already was. But we were driving in Boulder to Boulder Heights. In Boulder Heights, it's in the foothills. Denver's a mile high, but Boulder Heights is higher. It's way up in the foothills. You're getting close to timberline. And I remember driving. It was in the winter. It was chilly outside. A little bit of snow, not much, but it was cold. It was very, very cold. And, we're at a higher altitude as well. And we're driving, beautiful evening, and we're talking, and Rachel was an extremely spiritual person, and we're talking metaphysical and everything else. And then she says, "Have you ever been up here?" And I said, "No, I've been to Boulder and stuff." She said, No. Even Boulder at night. But she said, "Have you been up in the heights at night?" And I said, No, I haven't. And she said, "Really?" And she said, well, hold on a minute. So she pulled over. And when we're pulling over, these aren't like paved roads and stuff now. These are either dirt or gravel, mostly gravel, because they gravel the roads, when it snows. So we pulled over, and there's nothing there. It's not like there's streetlights or anything. We're up in the foothills. There's a house maybe down there, and there's another house way the hell over there. But we parked, and it was quiet in the car, and she's looking at me, and she said, "I'm going to blow your mind." And I said, "Okay." She said, "I want you to close your eyes." And okay. She said, "Roll down the window." She said, "I know it's cold. Just roll down the window." I said, "Okay, fine." And then as my eyes were closed, she said, "Keep them closed." And then she said, "Lean your head out the window." So I leaned out the window, and then she said, "Look up. Point your head up." I said, "Okay." And then she said, "Open your eyes." And in that moment and in that space, it was probably the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in nature. And it was just billions and billions, trillions of stars, bright stars, close stars. And it just went on and on and on. And I was just, oh my God. And she said, "See?" And I was just, oh my gosh, this is absolutely amazing. And it was cold now, but the cold went away. I rolled up the window and got out of the car and just stood there. Rachel got out. We just looked at the stars. And it impacted me. It was beautiful. It's one of the most amazing things I remember about Boulder. I moved to Boulder. I've often told people outside of Hawaii, where I am from, Boulder is the most amazing city I have ever lived in, because of the beauty that is and the people that are and the lifestyles lived. I used to watch the 7-Eleven bicycle team, the Crest bicycle team, practice for the Olympics and everything else. Rollerblading was invented there, I believe, because people would be on rollerblades because of skiing. But it was amazing. And looking back on that, and as I'm older, it was just the impact that it had on me then, as reckless as my life still was then. I wish I would have had instilled in me the knowledge and the lessons that I have today. But we all have that journey. We all have to go through that path of lessons. But, I hope to go back one day and to do that again, knowing what I know now, knowing that I am significant in lives, but I am insignificant in the grand scheme of the universe. And it's amazing. And see, people may be offended by that statement based on different beliefs, saying you're never insignificant in anything. You're here. Well, I get that, and I understand that. When I say insignificant, maybe I should correct that and say the smallness, but I'm not. We are insignificant in the scope of the universe, just like an ant is insignificant in the scope of ours. But sitting back at night, if you can, I know in a city, you can't see these stars because of all the lights. And even in the country, with Jack, I live in North Carolina, or I live in Ohio, or wherever. We look up and we see stars, but not like that. Instead of buying and investing in material things, if you have the opportunity and you can save, go to Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, somewhere like that, just to look up. It will bring peace to you. If you just look up and you're not in awe by that, then you have a lot of inner work to do. Because that is the creation that we are supposed to love, observe, and admire. Because that was not made by our hands. But look up, look at the moon. Look at its brightness and the solitude that's there. It has been there since the beginning of creation. It is bombarded daily, being hit daily, and it's still there. It'll be there when we're long gone. When we are long gone, it'll still be there. It has witnessed floods, tragedy. It's funny that we just live for this moment, which is a good thing in certain aspects, but we believe that everything, the greatest of all time, I love that, GOAT, the greatest of all time. You know that how? It's not the greatest of all time, it's the GOAT, it's the greatest of the moment. It's the greatest in this little period, this little blink, this little decade. It's the greatest of that. It's not the greatest of all time. We attribute that to a lot of athletes in sports. Now, I've been around when Bird and Magic were playing, and Jordan was just coming out. I remember that. But who remembers Nate Archibald? Wilt in his prime. Wilt Chamberlain in his prime. Bill Russell in his prime. Yeah, that's the black and white footage. You have no clue. Things have changed. Games are faster. Athletes are more athletic. Things are different. But for that period of time, they were the quote-unquote GOATs. The 50 greatest basketball players ever to play the game. And they're all people from the 80s and 90s, and you know what I mean? It doesn't even go that far back. About Bill Laimbeer. Most kids today don't even know. But we're insignificant. The moon has seen it all if it had eyes. But it had felt the energy that it gives and receives. It has been there. Over the period of decades and eons and centuries, billions of people have looked up and seen it. And billions more after us will see the same thing. And hopefully we'll all be more or less insignificant within the universe's eye. I could go off into UFOs and things like that, and I've seen them. I have. But to sit in your chair smugly and say that there is nothing else out there? Really? Really? You might get some religion come back on that one too. Well, it's not in the Bible. Okay. I'll let you ponder on that one yourself. But just chaos, man. We don't like people living like they want to live. We have to say something. Everything is power. And then people taste power and they want more power, and people like them, and they say things and do things for people to like them even more, to where it's so blinded to where you want to tell them the truth and you try to show them the truth, and then they say the truth is bullshit. That's in every country. Just let people be happy. Be significant in your life and be significant to those around you. Make an impact in your life. Make a strong, positive impact on someone else's life that leaves a stronger impact even still for the world. Don't you want to be remembered for good things? Leave an amazing legacy of good instead of God, man, he's an asshole. Oh, he's gone? Whatever. And if you're that person, just remember when it's your time and you're done and your last breath and you're either in the ground or scattered, people will go and put some flowers on your grave just for a little bit. But after that, you're done. Don't say I'm full of shit, because how many times do you go visit? Some still do. I know of people that visit all the time. But for the most part, the majority, that's it. You're there, gone, done. And you're a marker inside of a park with some beautiful name. Cherished memories of Zion. You know what I mean? And if you're scattered, you're fish food. If you're scattered in the ocean, I myself will become fish food. Or you'll become part of the mountainside or wherever you know. But that's it. Our life is a blink. When you're young, you don't think that. When you're young in high school and all that, when you're starting to plan for your life a little bit, you don't realize that. It's like, oh, I'm here forever. No, you're not. It goes in a blink. I was told that myself, what I'm saying now. Someone told me in high school. I actually shot a video about that. I'll never forget that day. Someone came to our school and blah, blah, and you will never forget this day, and that I said that it would go quick. It's gone. So with my life and my experiences, life is perfect. It's just how we live it. I'm a perfectly created, imperfect individual who is living my life into its own perfection. That's me, if you want to quote it. Just make the best of it. Don't worry about what someone else is doing. And don't you worry about what someone's doing, so just go do it. If you're not hurting anybody, and if you really get extreme with what you're doing and what you're feeling inside and what you're compassionate about, it might feel different. It might feel funny. People will look, but who cares? They'll get used to it. We get used to everything. Insignificant. Just go look at the moon. In the day or night, if it's not cloudy and it's there, sit back, take a breath. Close your eyes after you've looked at it. Inhale and exhale. And visualize who you are and what you're supposed to be. Happy, kind. That's it. Nothing more. And share it with someone. Really, share it with someone. You guys have an amazing day, a fantastic day. Go look at the moon. You guys take care, buddy. I'm Jack McAdoo. You can find this and more at jackmcadoo.com. Peace, everyone, and aloha.